Ready to learn more about Wheelhouse? In this tutorial, Advanced Settings and Controls, we're going to learn how to price any portfolio or property perfectly, and we'll do so in minutes. Now, we're going to focus on a few key areas. We're first going to learn how to select an ideal base price for any individual property. Next, we'll focus on the various settings and controls that you can adjust to get your strategy just right. And we'll click through to our calendar and make customizations on individual days, adjusting prices around whatever we think is perfect for our listing. And lastly, we'll see how to do all of these skills on a portfolio level, meaning we can select multiple listings and make changes all at the same time, and we'll do so with ease. Ready? Let's dive in. Welcome. Let's start today's advanced tutorial on our dashboard. So we can see all of our listings here, and we're going to click into one particular listing. You'll see we're first dropped on the calendar. However, we want to explore our settings today. So the first setting that you can see here, this Automate tab, allows us to turn on or turn off Wheelhouse pricing at any time. It's just that simple. Now let's explore base price. As you can see, Wheelhouse will give you a recommended, more aggressive, or more conservative base price. You can always adjust your base price at any time as well. In this case, let's set it to $250. Now, you can see that Wheelhouse's pricing strategy changes above that base price. And the base price is the price you want to charge for a night with normal demand. Once we feel good about our base price, click Save, and we're on our way. With our base price set, let's continue to develop our pricing strategy. The first thing we're going to want to do is set minimum prices for our listing. So with our base price at $250, let's set a global minimum price of $200. It's about 20% below our base price, and this is the price that the Wheelhouse algorithm will never go below. Now, let's say we wanted to keep our weekends even a little bit higher. Maybe we're going to set our Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night till $225, and you can see how quickly Wheelhouse will represent your strategy here in this chart. You can also add time-based minimum prices. That means maybe 30 days out, even 4 weekends, you want to drop your price back to $200. And 20 days out, we'll drop your min price to $175. And lastly, 10 days out, your price might drop to $150. Now, you're fully in control. You don't need to adjust this. This is just a strategy you might want to employ as today's approach to capture more bookings. And you can select any number of days. If you click here, we'll simply grab a few calendar days. In this case, we'll skip ahead to July. We'll select 5 nights in early July, and we'll make sure that the prices here reflect your strategy, right? So there we are, $400 a night. Now, moving right along. On max price, you don't have to set a maximum price, right? I can just delete this. There will be no maximum price in your calendar, and Wheelhouse will just price your place based off demand. However, if you want to make sure your place isn't priced too expensively, feel free to add a max price, save changes, you're on your way. Very easy. Now, let's start to take a little bit more control of the model. Wheelhouse does price each day differently, and we also give you control of weekend adjustments, meaning you can come in and you can take a recommended, a more conservative, or more aggressive approach to your pricing on the weekends. You can also fully customize this. So let's say we want to take a little bit more risk on a weekend, and we're going to increase our weekend pricing by 120%. You can see we typed in 120. It was quickly reflected on the graph here. For seasonality adjustments, when you click here, we can actually start to adjust the base price on a monthly basis. So let's say you want to take more risk in a few months, and you thought that April and May, you wanted to keep your prices a little lower just to get some bookings on the calendar, and then maybe you'd adjust prices again. Well, it's super easy to do so here. So this allows you to adjust every single month. You're adjusting the base price on an individual fashion. Couldn't be easier. Now, our strategy section. These are pretty related to your settings, but they're a little bit different. Minimum stays is the most important one to set. So global minimum stays. Let's say in our market, we knew that the average length of stay was right around 4 nights. Well, in that case, we'd want to come set a global minimum stay of about 4 nights. If you toggle on gap nights, this means if you get 2 bookings and there happens to be a 3 or 2 day block of days between those 2 bookings, if you toggle this on, Wheelhouse will automatically detect it and update the minimum stay requirements just for those nights. It's a really good way to make sure you're getting as many bookings as possible. Maybe you also want to say that if someone books on Sunday or Monday or Tuesday that you have a 7, 6, or 5-day minimum stay. Now we're starting to get a little more advanced on how we're leveraging minimum stays to our advantage. Also, while we might want to keep our minimum stays high in the future, maybe as stay dates approach, we're willing to drop our minimum stay requirements. So in this case, we're going to drop to 3 and then 2 nights. And of course, just like we could for minimum prices, you can do date-specific minimum stays as well. Your calendar will open, easy to set, right? Last minute discounts and long-term discounts. In this case, you can actually come in, you can take again our various settings, so more aggressive, recommended, or more conservative, or you can fully customize and make as many different discounts as you want. Lastly, for long-term discounts, this is if someone books for a week or longer than 28 days, you can come in and set these customizations. These prices will only be reflected when someone makes a booking. So you won't see these necessarily on your calendar, but this is an advanced setting to offer someone a discount for long-term booking. Great. And now we're through all our settings and our strategies. It's pretty easy. Now that we've selected all of our settings and strategies, we can take even more fine-grained control of our calendar. Let's click back to our calendar. Now, when we look at a day, click on a single day, we can see a whole bunch of different information about that day. We see our base price, and then we can see seasonality impact, local events, listing availability. That's the number of properties in your US that are available, as well as a time factor for these various days. If you had set a min or max requirement, you would see that represented here as well. If we click on a day that has a flag, we can actually start to see local events. So in this case, we see President's Day on February 15th. Now, let's say for President's Day, we wanted to raise pricing for the whole weekend. Well, there are a couple of things we can do here. For one, we could automate these, leave these days automated, meaning we're going to increase rates by 20%, but we're going to keep adjusting prices on a daily basis, and Wheelhouse's pricing recommendations are going to continue to run. Or if you want to customize these or lock these in fully, you can easily set both a weekday and a weekend price. So you're fully in control, right? Click save and you've created your first custom event. Now, you can actually create as many custom rates as you want. It's really easy. So even if we wanted to scroll ahead, maybe again to July, and we wanted to check and see how July was being priced, well, we know we set a minimum price here. Let's also just adjust these prices by 25%. Click save, we're on our way. Excellent. So now we've customized our settings and our strategies, and we've customized our calendar, but there's probably a cooler part. So let's click over to our portfolio. And our portfolio is actually going to show us all of our listings at the same time. And maybe no surprise, we can select multiple listings, whichever ones we want, and we can start to make adjustments to them all at the same time, right? So you can adjust your base price, min stays, min price, or all these other settings as well. In fact, everything we did on an individual listing level, we can do on any number of listings at the same time. In this case, let's adjust min stays across our whole portfolio. So we'll again set a global midnight stay of 4 nights. We'll toggle on gap nights. We'll apply the same strategy here. We'll even add time-based minimum stays, making sure that 30 days out, we're dropping our min stay to 3. 15 days out, we're dropping it to 2. Click save, and you're on your way. Now, the other cool part, toggle over to your calendar. Here we can do a similar thing. We can select multiple calendars. And in this case, we're going to select the same days, right? July 1st through July 5th. We could either automate these prices to keep them all above Wheelhouse's recommendation, or you can lock those prices in. So let's set a weekday rate of 300, a weekend price of 350, click save, and we're on our way, right? Super easy, fully in control. And again, you can do this with hundreds of listings at a time. So pretty powerful. Great. Now we've learned how to select an ideal base price, how to adjust our settings and controls, how to customize individual calendar days to increase or decrease prices, and how to do all these skills on a portfolio level, selecting multiple listings at the same time. Now, I'm sure you still have questions. Remember, you can always visit usewheelhouse.com to ask us anything. We have 24/7 chat. You can shoot us an email at any time, and we're always here to help. In our next tutorial, we're going to teach you how to leverage Wheelhouse's market report. This is a super powerful tool and can help you master your market in minutes. We hope you join us.